you hear me now? No. Is this better?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so I would like to welcome all of you today to this very important discussion on the status of women in Egypt. On the occasion of the 2-year anniversary of the January 25th, 2000 revolution, where Egyptians from all walks of life stood in Tahrir Square for 18 days, calling for freedom, justice, and dignity, there still remains many challenges to the newly transitioned Egyptian society. I had the opportunity to witness the revolution and the societal challenges that Egyptian society has encountered after the removal of former President Hosni Mubarak. I have been living in Egypt for the past 2 years. I actually returned this past May, and I had the opportunity to meet hundreds of women in Egypt who were the backbone of the revolution. And they shared with me many of their grievances, which will be discussed here today on this panel. And just to mention a few of these grievances, they were concerned over the reconciliation for the abuses that they suffered during and after the revolution. Secondly, they're concerned over the recognition for their contributions to the revolution and also representation in the political arena. And also they're concerned over the ideological divisions, which has been described as between what the newly Islamist parties in government, that is the Muslim Brotherhood, which has been in existence for over 80 years, and the more conservative Salafi party, and what they label as the liberals or the secularists, those who seek to see less of a role of religion in government or who are not a part of religious affiliation or religious party. And their concerns over whether or not the new government represents the very diverse viewpoints of all Egyptian women from society. And then lastly, they're concerned over the curtail of their social freedoms. So all of these issues will be discussed today on this panel. I would like to also give a brief background of the speakers today. We'll start off by talking about the historical perspective of women's rights in America and also in Egypt by Judge Kat Raymond, who is from the National Board of the American Association for Women, and attorney Sahar Haziz, who is a law professor at Texas Wesleyan University, where she'll be discussing the legal aspects of women's status in Egypt. She's also a part of the newly formed the Egyptian American Rule of Law Association. Hanan Becky, who is the Communications Director of Coptic Orphans, well, she'll be discussing the Valuable Girl Project in Egypt, which seeks to improve the status of young girls in Egypt through education. And then lastly, Dr. Dalia Fahmy, who's an assistant professor at Long Island University, where she will discuss the relationship between the state and authoritarianism in Egypt. Thank you.